Today was not all that great, but all is not lost. So I will still be cooking the shepherd's pie tomorrow.
Cover, not just a regular cover, like a cover with a fucking lock when ain't nobody using it.
Exactly. Hey everyone, this is Miss Easy E. I'm back again, your trusted source of information, networking, advocacy, and resources. So today was a day I was not able to take the iPad out and do a lot of vlogging outside. My attitude was down because I found out that I will not be able to get the iPhone Pro that I wanted to get myself for Christmas. I wanted to get it from Apple. Apple won't have it. If I order it today, today's the 22nd, I'll get it by December 30th. I went to about 3 T-Mobiles and it was the same thing. So that was a damper in my little mood. Me and Hot Chocolate just went to Sonic to get this Oreo cheesecake shake. Maybe it'll bring my spirits up, but it's not tasting so good. It's, I don't know. So, and we're getting on with today. Now, me and Hot Chocolate did want to say something about Shanquella Robinson that's going around. It's been heavy on our hearts what has happened to Shanquella. And if some of you don't know, Shanquella was a 25-year-old African-American female from North Carolina. And she went to Mexico with a group of friends. I guess they called themselves the Cabo Six because it was 3 women and 3 men. Mom, was it 3 women and 3 men, including Shanquella?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how we got the Cabo Six. So that's a little background. Apparently, her best friend was with them. Something happened within 24 hours. When did she get on her flight, Mom? Because Hot Chocolate was looking at it all morning.
Well, from my understanding, her mom, the last time her mom talked to her, so from the time her mom talked to her and her landing, she wasn't in Mexico for 24 hours. So it could have happened less, like within them 24 hours. But by the time the whole fight and incident, she died within like 11 minutes of the whole thing. And it could have been that she was dead and they didn't know it and they were still fighting her or doing whatever.
What do they think happened? Because you was looking at it all morning.
Well, it's another video. There's 2 videos, so I just saw basically a little of the first video.
Oh, so what you saw? I ain't seen no video yet.
It just showed a brief little segment that she was like leaning over, like sitting on the floor, but like leaning over with no movement when the girl was still looked like she was trying to fight her from behind and stuff. So
But you also told me about somebody brought luggage to her father and was having dinner with the family.
Yeah, it was some guy, I forgot his name, but when he arrived back to the U.S., he had dinner with the father, was over to her house multiple days to make it seem like that he didn't know what happened. And then when I heard him talking, his story was so inconsistent on a whole lot of stuff. Well, to me as a mom, because one minute that you just got there, you got there a day late, and then all of a sudden that you that she was alive when you saw her. Then she was in the bathroom over the toilet or something, like she's barfing. And then I guess a maid or somebody came in. Then she was in the bedroom or the living room or something. So there's so many inconsistencies. But they gonna know he lying anyway. So put two and two together, it's just crazy. But they said they probably on one segment that I did read, it said that they could it could be a thing like something like a hate crime, but they call it something else. So the FBI is trying to get all the information together because they may get extradited back to Mexico. Because you have to look at it. If you kill somebody in whatever state or whatever, you have to go back to. They have to go back. They have to be extradited back to wherever it basically happened at. And then they're gonna get charged for leaving like Mexico, going through all them countries and cities and states to get back to the U.S. So they're gonna look at all that. They're gonna really get some time. Them jokers gonna have life, or they may give them the needle. You know, and for somebody
as
to do
they
that,
should,
and for somebody to do that to somebody's child, but you were best friends. What I looked at, I felt like y'all was never friends. It was never a friend thing, because a person can say that they're your friend for years and don't even know you. And people can sit and plot stuff for years before they go in attack mode, and nobody will never know what basically happened.
That's true, hot chocolate.
So when I look at from all them, they was never friends. The girl thought they put up a big front and had this girl thinking that they was friends and all this, and they was never friends. People do some crazy, stupid stuff out of, how should I say, out of jealousy and stuff like that. They just do stupid stuff. So, you know, they had time to think about what they did. Like, of all things, the girl had, it was being recorded, film, but then the girl thought that, I don't know, because all of it's stupid, but the
It's
girl
one
sent it to
thing.
somebody to say she leaked it. I don't believe she really leaked it. She probably forgot the cut hit the thing. She probably thought she turned it off and made a mistake and hit double click, and the thing sent to somebody, and it was being recorded, continue to be recorded.
That was God.
You know, so you gotta look. But I ain't here to add other stuff on into it, but it's just sad. You know, for me, you know, hey, I'm a mom, but like I'm in the church. I would want them to get the death penalty. It wouldn't solve anything because my baby is already gone, but at the end of the day, they got to be accountable. No matter how you look at it, they got to be accountable. Not no 5 years in, you on probation. Oh, they ain't never been in trouble before. Forget. Oh, well.
This is a different type of trouble. So, you have heard that we're really standing by the harshest punishment. I'm a Christian woman as well. And, you know, I'm going to get a lot of comments in the section, you know, that's really not Christian-like. But what do you think? If this was your child, you know, it can't bring her back. We know that. But what type of punishment would suffice for you? So, that's been heavy on our minds. I said we was going to do a little segment. So, yeah. Everyone, our prayers go out to the family of Shanquella Robinson. You know, we love taking getaways with our friends. I know I love a getaway with my friends or my sister or my mom. But I just cannot imagine. This could have been anybody. Who wouldn't want to go to Cabo, Mexico with 6 of their friends? Everybody's schedule's intact. Everybody paid their ticket. Like, it's so hard to get to do things in groups. It's hard. I just go by myself. It's just so difficult. Everybody got different timings, but it's really sad. And they're saying too that it might have been a setup because it happened so fast.
Yeah.
She wasn't there 24 hours, so that's really sad. We've all, when we were younger, may have seen a fight and this and that, but it gets to the point where as grown people, because she was 25, so they were all probably 25, 26, 27, to see someone down and to keep like going in, that's a lot. I could not imagine seeing my best friend, she's already down, the fight's, lost, and you still like to the point where you're killing her.
Yeah,
like,
and see, this is my whole thing, is that we sit here and we say Black Lives Matter. I can understand when they say all lives matter, because all lives do matter. Black, white, it does not matter. For them to say Black Lives Matter, but who lives are we really taking every day? The black crime on black crime. Mm-hmm. So where would the punishment basically be? So sometimes you can't be upset with like the police officers and all that. We got to draw a line somewhere. We can't be, oh, Black Lives Matter 1 minute, and then we over here doing something else. Then we can say, hey, we don't know what the girl did probably to them. It doesn't matter. It couldn't have been that bad for them to take her life. Mm-hmm. And now you got 6 people there, and 6 people's stories all differently. 6 people, one of them couldn't even say, hey, that's wrong, that just stop or whatever. See, and that's the thing. One person could not even say stop. Mm-hmm. Because if one person would have said stop or something, maybe I'm just saying, maybe if she go to prison, maybe she will probably get a little leniency because she said stop. But saying stop and going to the law to say, hey, this is what happened or whatsoever, I'm here to report this because this is what happened. It went too far or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then they said, oh, she was drinking. You see all the lie. It's just something. Then you come back over in the U.S. and thinking that, oh, you're not going to get caught. Oh, you got rid of something that was in Mexico. So now it's like you want to give Mexico a bad name, basically as in a tourist thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I can understand that why Mexico, and that's what they were saying too, is that Mexico police department or investigators has to step in somewhere, because it's going to give people may not want to go to Mexico over to say, oh, it's not a tourist thing no more. Oh, this is what happened. And that's stopping their money flow, even though they ain't making a whole lot of money there anyway in Mexico, because I've already been to Mexico. But they ain't making a whole lot of money anyway. And now,
they
went
really
over there.
Struggle.
Yeah.
Like, they depend on that tourist money. Seriously.
And it's like, you go over there, 7 people supposed to have a nice time, and took 6 people. It takes 6 people to take one girl life that's probably 120 pounds. Come on now. Even when I don't mean to get off topic with this, but you remember that girl Natalie, the white girl Natalie, got killed.
Natalie Hathaway?
Yes.
Like 2 decades ago?
Yes, but still, see, even though that she was white, but they had the guy, but the guy lied so much, like made them think that they were telling the truth, and they let him go. But they wind up finding who did it. All the people want is, like the black and white, all they want is their daughter body to be able to come back home. That man done spent $7,000 to bring his daughter back home to the U.S. to get a proper burial. you know, it's just crazy. I mean, it's like, you know, my heart and soul, my whole body just, I mean, it's like I felt it. I felt the pain that these parents are going through. You know, that's their baby. That not just their baby, that's their child. And somebody now took her life for no reason at all. No reason. And that's what, and you wonder why people wake up. I don't mean to be funny, but some people wake up and all of a sudden they is a natural killer, and you wonder why they can wake up, and you wonder why they can wake up and all of a sudden they just up and kill somebody.
Well, let me provide some context.
But see, you know what? No, but see, you know what? It's like a person like me could be so could be innocent and could be minding my own business, and something like, I'm just saying, if something like that happened to you or your sister, and people done lied, looking me in my face and trying to tell me this and that, and they done did it, and they wonder how can I just wake up the next morning and want to be a killer? Because you don't know how that parent feel that you done turned their life upside down in a roar, and you done changed their life.
People. Grief really changes people. We're not condoning any violence, but grief does change people's whole lives, and the moving on, the healing process, like some things you just never get over. But I do want to provide some context to what Mom was saying on how could this have happened. We know, well, as a clinician, it's a lot of research behind group. It's not called group think. It's called group something else, where you're more likely to commit crimes. You're more likely to do things you really wouldn't do when you're in a group setting. So this probably had something to do with it. But yeah, out of all the stories, because when you hear a lot of stories, you do try to make sense of it. And I really think that one person may have had an issue that just got out of hand, and I just don't see how I don't know if one person was fighting her, if all of them was fighting her, if it just sounds so crazy. I mean, 5 people against 1? Like, who was gonna, I'm a 240 solid. But still, that amount of people, that adrenaline, you're not expecting that. Like, it's sad. So our hearts really go out to Shanquella Robinson, the Cabo 6. You may be in hiding, but we're on your ass. Like, just turn yourself in, whatever the case. I even heard stuff from her best friend, who is like, oh, I'll charge to tell y'all what happened. I'm not accepting nothing less than $10,000 for an interview. Just throw the book at her, please. Just at this point, what closure is there? So, justice for Shanquella Robinson.